Hello boys and girls, I am Miss Ho. Welcome to my class, and today we are going to check the answers on your workbook chapter 3, okay, or unit 3. Now before we check the answers, make sure you have written the date, okay, on the top right hand corner. You have written the date when you do the exercises. Okay, now let's take a look at page 14. Now you have to complete Gina's labels. So you can see a lot of pictures, and below it there is a label. So what does she do, or what does he do? Gina and her brother Gary, what do they do every day? So we have the words brush my teeth, get dressed, get up, go home, go to bed, go to school, have a shower, have lunch, wash his face. Okay, so number 1 answer is get up. Number 2, get dressed. Number 3, have lunch. Yes, now we don't know what she is eating, but since there is no breakfast or dinner here, so the answer should be have lunch because she is eating. And this one, number 4, wash his face. Number 5, brush my teeth. 6, take a shower or have a shower. Go to school and then go back home, so go home. Number 9 would be go to bed. Okay, now make sure you have spelled the word correctly, and you can check your spelling in the word bank here. Okay, there's a big box here, you can always refer to it to check your spelling. Next page 15. Okay, in unit 3 you need to know how to tell the time. When you ask question, you can ask what time is it? Okay, and then you answer it is 9 o'clock. Okay, so after breakfast, so where do they go? They go to the MTR station. So how do you ask questions about time? Again, yes, same. What time is it? It is 10:15. And then again, ask about the time, we use the sentence, what time is it? It is, so look at the clock, it is 11 and then pointing at 7, so how many minutes? 11:35. What time is it? It is, you can see, point at number 1 going to 2 o'clock, but not yet, so 1:08 will become 1:40 because 40 minutes. Number 5, what time is it? It is 3 o'clock. What time is it? Number 6, so you can see 5:30, that means 5:30. You can say it is 5:30 or it is 5:30. Both are correct. Okay, please turn your workbook to page 16, Grammar 2. So when we talk about time, not just about the number, okay, it's also very important to indicate the time with these time phrases: in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night. Because if you don't tell me the time phrase like 8:30, I don't know it is in the morning 8:30 or in the evening 8:30. Okay, so usually people will also tell me the time phrase, whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening. Okay, and you also need to tell me what do you do, okay, at that period of time. So we match with the vocabulary you learned in Unit 3. Okay, that is also on your workbook, page 14. Okay, so let's do some practice here. Number 1, Gary, what time does he get dressed? So you look at the clock and you look at the sun, you know that this is the morning. And you can see here AM. AM means morning. So the answer is he gets dressed at 8:30 in the morning. Now be careful with the S because get dressed, he, she, it, we are using simple present tense, so we have S for gets. Okay, now let's take a look at the rest. Number 2, what time does she wash her face? She wash. Yes, but we do he, she, it, we put an S, so it becomes washes. He washes her face at 9:15 again AM, so in the morning. What time do they go to school? So there are 2 people, I, you, we, they, no S for simple present tense. So they go to school at 12:45. You see the word PM. So is it in the afternoon or in the evening? Which one? Yes, in the afternoon. Because it's still early in the afternoon. Evening is when the sun is setting. 當太陽落山嘅時候，傍晚嘅時候 we say in the evening. Okay, number 4. What time does he have a shower? So you see 7 p.m. So he, again, he, she, it, you need to put S, so become have or has. Which one? Has, you're right. He has a shower at 7 o'clock in the evening. Number 5. What time does she go to bed? She, so remember he, she, it, we put S, so go would become goes. G-O-E-S. She goes to bed at 10:20 p.m. would become at night because it's very late at night, and then everyone goes to bed, right? Okay, hope you get all correct, and be very careful what tense we use. When we use simple present tense, remember he, she, or it, we need to put S after the verb, or sometimes ES, okay, like washes, or the word goes to bed, ES. Okay, so be careful with that. Check your answers carefully. If you have done it wrong, please use a blue ball pen to do corrections. Workbook, page 17. Practice. Grandma is talking to Gary and Gina. So read Grandma's conversation with Gary. Okay, this is an example. You can see Grandma and Gary, they are talking. So Grandma is asking Gary some questions and Gary is answering the questions. And then we need to do the similar thing when how Grandma talks to Gina. Okay, and what does Grandma ask and how does Gina reply? Okay, now before we check the answers, let's take a very close look at the example. So read carefully. What time is it? It is 2:20. What time do you get up? I get up at 7:15 in the morning. What time do you go to bed? I go to bed at 9:30 at night. Okay, so you can see Grandma is asking 3 questions. Question 1, what time is it? So Grandma is asking about the time. So here, what time? Okay, it is question 1, what time? And then Grandma would ask, what time do you get up? So there is an action, get up. Okay? Again, the question word is what time. Then there's a specific action. Here, Grandma would like to know what time Gary gets up and what time Gary goes to bed. So the third question again is similar to number 2. So what time do you go to bed? Okay, and then Gary will answer, oh, I get up at 7:15 in the morning. I go to bed at 9:30 at night. Okay, now let's try Gina and Grandma. So you can take a look at the picture first. So this time, Grandma is talking to Gina. Again, she is asking the same question, but this time it's not about getting up or going to bed. It's about go to school and have lunch. And then you can see the time. Gina is thinking, oh, 8 o'clock a.m. So in the morning, and 12:45 p.m. that means in the afternoon. Okay, because we are having lunch, so it's in the afternoon. And then you can see the big clock there, so it's 3 and then 2, so it's 3:10. Okay, now so let's take a look at the first question. The first question is, the first one is, what time is it? So you just copy. Again, Grandma is asking the same thing to Gina. Alright, so the first one is, what time is it? And Gina says, well, so look at the time, 3:10, right? So how do you say? It is 3:10, full stop. And the second question is about go to school, right? And then how do you ask the question, go to school? Take a look at this one. You change the get up to go to school. So what time do you go to school? What time do you go to school? So Gina would say, look at the picture, 8 o'clock, right? So, and then Gina would say, what time do you go to school? And then you say you would change to I go to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. So this is question 2. Question 3 is similar to question 2, but this time I'm not asking about going to school. I will ask about have lunch. So Grandma says, what time do you have lunch? Question mark. Gina would say, look at the picture, 12:45. So I have lunch at 12:45 in the afternoon. Full stop. Now, be careful. For question, we need the question mark in the end. So Grandma is asking questions, so you see the question mark here. And for Gina, she is answering questions, so we got full stop at the end of the sentence. Okay, so hope you get all correct and understand this text, this exercise, and please read aloud again with me. And that's all for today then. What time is it? It is 2:20. What time do you get up? I get up at 7:15 in the morning. What time do you go to bed? I go to bed at 9:30 at night. What time is it? It is 3:10. What time do you go to school? I go to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. What time do you have lunch? I have lunch at 12:45 in the afternoon.